Yo! Yo, it's your boy, Nebula 5, aka Troy Simpson, and this is Footwork Cafe, and I am here with another footworker, generation member, legend, battler, trendsetter. I keep going. Nah, but that boy, Deryon. Nasty man.
Yes, Lord.
Member of WolfPack.
The greatest.
All day. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
Well, this is a good one right here. So I want to start off by pretty much getting into it. So when did you start getting into this footwork thing?
You want the real story, or you want only procrastinate with it?
Give me.
I really want to say I started footworking first. You know, MC Hammer came out back then.
Right.
Vanilla Ice.
Right.
Kid and Play.
Right.
Them was my role models back then, because they was really partying, having fun with it. I really want to say I started at 11. I was going to Markham Skating Rink. I didn't even know how to footwork.
Okay.
I just knew how to pop, whip, and roll.
Right.
So my auntie used to take me up there when I was a kid.
Okay.
What got me into footworking was I didn't know that Nate was my cousin.
Okay.
So I used to know of him and Reggie when I used to go to Markham, but I didn't kick with them. I didn't know anything.
Right.
So one time I had to battle Nate. Nate had all the footwork. I give him credit. Nate and Reggie had footwork way before I met them.
Right.
But I had all the girls.
Okay. Right.
So
okay.
When we battled, he lost to me because I had all the girls.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I beat him footwork wise, but I beat him female wise.
Right.
But what happened was we went to a family reunion, and I seen them there.
Okay.
So I asked my mama, like, hey, who was dude? And what's so crazy, my mama showed me a picture of me and him together when we was kids. So once we found out we was cousins, they told me they like, man, you can't be doing that shit no more, man. You gotta be, doing this.
Right.
So I kind of picked up from them how to pretty much like the simple basic moves, the erks, the bangs and stuff like that. Once I got with them, here come Rashad, and here comes Spina. But before we even got to them, if you came to Markham Skating Rink, you knew about Ishmael and Jeff. If you didn't go to the rink and you ain't see Ishmael and Jeff, who at the end of the day, they was tearing Markham Skating Rink up.
Right.
Like, they had the best animation out there. They had the street, like Jeff was good with the Mortal Kombat moves, and then you had Ishmael was cold with the Street Fighter moves, because he looked like Dalvin from the longest dude with the long arm.
Right.
So we, started messing with them, and then we bumped into BT and Marlon.
Okay.
So they kind of really helped us as far as the fundamentals of knowing, like doing routines and formations and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you what really made me want to do it was when House-O-Matic came to Markham Skating Rink.
Okay.
And it was BT, Ed, Ray Blow, and Vail. They came in like celebrities, like they cleared the floor for them. Like they came in like straight celebrities. But the one that stuck out of all of them that I seen was Velly G.
Okay.
Man, bro, he would, this dude knew how to do karate, right? So he would jump up in the air and come down and roll up, putting his tongue out. I mean, the girls go, ah. I said, I want to be like him. I want to be like him. I want to be like him. So once we got cool with them, they took us to House-O-Matic practice. We got to practicing with Ed, BT, Ray Blow, and then once we kind of got a little more sensitive to that, we met Marlon and Eric. Total Impact. They taught us some things, and then we just went a whole different way with it, bro. You know?
Okay. I'm gonna interject right quick.
Okay.
Because you going and you flow. You going and flowing.
Yeah.
Look, and I'm not trying to stop you just because.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So, for our listeners, like when he's naming these names, like Nate, you know what I'm saying, from like Wolfpack. Nate from Wolfpack is the first one that I seen like dance like at Markham. Like Nate was the man.
Oh no, Nate, yeah, oh Nate.
Yeah, when I came in, like Nate was like the man. Like Nate was, and I told him this too. I was like, bro, like I never forget it. Nate was the first one I ever seen like do like the Tom and Jerry's, like in a combo.
Yeah. Oh man, Nate did.
Like for real. Like and look, and I seen like I was like, what the bro? Jake, look, you know what I'm saying? But it's just I'm just trying to give a timeline, you know what I'm saying? Because
when it's early 90s you talking about.
Yeah. Well, I'm just giving a, you know what I'm saying, giving a blow by blow, but you know what I'm saying, like who Nate was, and then you said Reggie, you said basically was talking about House of Maddox, then you said BT, then you said Marlon from like Total Impact, and Marlon and Total, you know what I'm saying, Marlon and BT, you know what I'm saying, like they represent Total Impact, basically like from Markham, you know what I'm saying, they used to practice at the field house, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So just to give a backstory of, you know what I'm saying, who was around, like pretty much like they was, from what I know,
they was big bros, like they, I'm gonna be honest with you, without them, there is no us. And when I say us, I mean Nate, Reggie, Q, and Deryon, because when we was younger, they would fight over who was teaching us something.
Okay.
Like, Marlon like, no, I taught them this. And then BT like, no, I taught them this. And to this day, well, I'm tight with them now. Like, I kick it with them heavy. Like, them my uncles. Like, I'm their little, you know, like they nephews. So I be up under them daily. But if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know half the stuff we know now.
Right. And that's a testament too, to basically like to their OG status, you know what I'm saying? To let like people know like how long they've been around, you know, in the game and stuff. Cause I tell people, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times too, like before me and Ken and them got an HOC, like shoot, we was supposed to be Total Impact, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like we actually was supposed to be Total Impact, but it didn't work out a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because around that time, like Boo from HOC, he was scouting us, you know what I'm saying? And then Marlon was scouting.
Rest in peace to Boo.
All day.
Rest in peace to Boo. Like, not to jump off there, like he was great. I'm not taking nothing from 2 Cent Mob, but Boo was that guy. Him and Kevin to me was them dudes of 2 Cent. Yeah. Big was cold. But Big was a great DJ as well. But Big was cold too, though.
No, Big was a monster too.
I always
try to get him to dance.
Big was a monster too, though. But that was the best part about growing up in those times, because it was way more competition than what it is now.
True.
It was like when you came to Olympic Skating Rink. Do you know how much competition was going on at Olympic Skating Rink? Like. It was you had, you know what I'm saying, like it was all the real South suburb groups out there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you had the real South suburbs group. Remember Snoop?
Yeah.
Snoop was definitely killing back in them days.
Yeah, look, but this another thing. I'm gonna mention him, you know what I'm saying, too, because Snoop the one that like I know how to bang because of Snoop.
Oh, yeah.
So I can know how to bang is because of Snoop. He taught me, you know what I'm saying, like, because he used to be in House of Maddox. You know what I'm saying?
See, I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. I thought Snoop started his own. Snoop
used to be in House of Maddox. You know what I'm saying? Because him and Booth, you know what I'm saying, they the one that created HOC. So Snoop, he the one that was came from the city.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And like, no. He like some of our first shows, like in like HOC, dude was on the train. taking like I think we did like first show like up north somewhere.
Oh man, so
we
we
never
did nothing up north. We never did nothing up north.
Bro, me and Marcus and them was on the, I remember that because Marcus like he was dehydrated. He had to drink like Pedialyte or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was on the train. He was like, man, I'm thirsty, man. I'm thirsty. Somebody like, man, time to get this Pedialyte. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, it was at like this community center or whatever. But I remember that was like one of our first shows. It was like up north because he was like our Chicago connect. You know what I'm saying?
So like how Rashad was for us, like. I'm gonna be honest, like when we was growing up, bro, we didn't know shit about the city. We didn't know nothing until Rashad came into our life. But like Rashad was taking us everywhere. Everywhere we like, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you, Rashad took us to a Latin King club, bro. Bro, and I was so scared. I'm like, I've never been around as many like that. Like, but Rashad. R.I.P. my big brother.
Right.
He's another one. Without him, we wouldn't have been nothing. Because he was our tour guide. Like, we was from the burbs. Like, me, Nate, and Reggie was really suburbanized. Like, we didn't know nothing past Dalton. Right. We didn't know nothing past Dalton. All we knew was Riverdale, Dalton, Country Club Hills, Markham, Hazel Crest, and Chicago Heights. We didn't know nothing about the city.
Right.
Bro, we didn't know nothing about catching the pace bus. The first time we really caught the pace bus, Rashad had us going to youth practice.
That's crazy. That look, but you know what's funny, like that's wild. Look, I always look, cause I used to kick it with Clint, like Clint. They used to try to make fun of me, like you from the South Suburb. Like in my head, I used to be like, bro, my whole family on my father's side is from the city. I used to be on the South Side all the time.
Like my daddy from the West Side.
Yeah, man. Like, come on, bro. Like people, like it ain't what people. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
people,
like. But you know what was so crazy about being from the suburbs? They just thought we was lame.
That's it.
They just really thought we was lame. Like, we didn't know how to dress. We didn't know how to do nothing. And it was so funny was, when we came in, people thought we was from the city.
Yeah.
They thought us four was, we from the South. Markham, Harvey, Dalton, and Riverdale. That's where we from. Right. But it's like, man, the way we carried ourselves, you thought we came from the city, but we wasn't. If it, like I said, if it wasn't for BT, Ray Blow, Marlon, Rashad, we wouldn't know shit about the city.
Bro, and what's so wild is this what I'm gonna tell you. When I came back to Markham, dance and stuff, it blew my mind because I actually because I'm from Harvey. I'm actually great, you know what I'm saying, from Harvey, like Markham, like Richard.
Okay, so look, Harvey world is.
And this the thing that you know what I'm saying, because me and Nate be talking about this all, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, but I was like, bro, like when I like being around y'all, look, people don't understand this because I'm older, but people do not understand. It blew my mind because like I came back, I was like, first of all, do they understand like this dance room was off limits to us back in the day? We couldn't even go. Look, we used to get in trouble for going back in that room. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to skate and we used to be back in the other room. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about the practice room.
Look, I'm telling you, it blew my mind. I came back like this the first time with Boo and them. You know what I'm saying? And like the first time I came back to Markham. That's when I was. It was with I don't know if it was. No, you know what? I went. Me and Ken and them went before, but when I got an HOC and I went back to Markham, and we, you know what I'm saying? That's when I seen Rashad the first time. And this was like the firm. You know what I'm saying? It was like that was like the firm Rashad. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And Boo was like, that's Rashad right there. You know what I'm saying? And Rashad was in the circle. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I was like, man, he DJ dance. He was like, man, he on the tables a little bit too, bro.
Man, listen, you talk. Right. Let me tell you how we met. Well, I met Rashad. Spin was going to school with Reggie, so they went to Thornwood.
Okay.
So we at Markham, we was battling Spin.
Right.
Rashad was DJing at Markham then. That's when he would fill in for Malcolm.
Right, okay.
We battling Spin. Rashad came from behind the damn DJ booth and jumped in the circle. I said, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. Right.
But he came in straight killing. And our relationship from there was like
Gold.
it was golden.
Right.
Like Rashad taught us a lot, and I'm gonna always give credit to him because he was there when my mother passed.
Right.
He was there when my uncle passed.
Right.
Like he was a real big brother. Like me and Baby D was with him when he made the Mario track. That
is that's crazy.
All right. Rashad played a big part in our life. Like WolfPack name wouldn't be as big if we didn't have him as a DJ. Because I remember when he first made the WolfPack track, and he didn't tell us shit. He was like, man, come up to Jackson Park, I'm gonna be DJing up there. I'm like, I bet. So when we get, he said, call me once y'all get ready to come in. Mm-hmm. We called him and said, hey, we at the door. He said, I bet. I kid you not. Time we walked in, the party, he played that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And when I said we heard that, we went. I'm talking about he played that motherfucker 4 times. 4 times. Me, Nate, Reggie was going ham that night. Q was going ham that night. Eli was going ham that night. Mm-hmm. This the same night that WolfPack was now coming into, you know, like they knowing who we, well, I'm gonna say knowing who we are. I'm not gonna say they didn't know who we are already because suburb wise they knew who we was, but city wise they didn't know what shit.
I think around that time, I think that was around that time. Yeah,
they didn't know what shit.
Yeah,
they didn't know what shit.
I remember that track. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. That track was so mean when it first shot. Reggie, Ray Blow, B.G. Nate, Eli, Deryon, Q, J Ball, Mike, and Dre, fucking with the pack, fucking with the pack, bro. Like when that came on, bro, we lost it. Yeah. We fucking lost it, bro.
Yeah. That's what's up. I like that right there. All right, so let's get back like to this WolfPack origin. You know what I'm saying? Continue with that WolfPack journey.
Well, I'm gonna just say it like this. Before it was ever any WolfPack, it was already Nate, Deryon, Q, Reggie. We ran into Lil Michael and Dre at Cavalini's when we was sneaking Q. Because if to go to Cavalini's, you had to be in high school.
Right, okay.
You wasn't in high school yet.
Wait a minute. Before you continue, Cavalini's, people don't understand, Cavalini's is pretty much gravel right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a car lot where they sell cars and shit. But
Cavalini's was a hole in the wall. Then like club, you know what I'm saying, well, premier, like with like the best, where the best footworkers were at.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to go to Cavalini's, you know what I'm saying, like Ken, you know what I'm saying, to go to Cavalini's like before like it got shut down. So that's all. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that was where like our first
the real I'm gonna be honest.
Workers.
When you came to the suburbs, the only places you was trying to hit around those times was Markham Skating Rink, Cavalini's, and Golden Expo.
Yes.
If you didn't come to them, you don't know what a real party was.
You ain't know it.
Because Golden Expo was like a big empty factory. Like an empty factory in the inside.
That was like the crazy, bro. If we, you see how we was just looking at, bro.
Yeah.
You can't. It's hard to describe to the people right now.
Because it was like going to a rave party, but it's all blacks in there. Yeah. All black and ghetto. I'm talking about ghetto and musty, stinky, funky.
Right.
It was ghetto in there, but that was the best place to be. So where you going there, it's over 200, 300 people in there, but having a good time though.
This another thing about like the expo. What was so crazy, what was so good about the expo is it was different levels of battlers and like workers and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So the premier people, they was in a circle. You couldn't even get in a circle like that. But if you wanted to soak up like the energy, it was a lot of space to get your practice on, you know what I'm saying, and develop your style.
Yeah, because I'm gonna put it to you like this, and that's why I understand like this generation, y'all can have it, like this y'all era, but you couldn't step in our circle when you ain't know what the fuck you was doing.
No.
You come in and try to interrupt a circle, that's your ass.
Right.
Like you couldn't do it.
Yeah. No, that's a no-no, bro. Like it's a different type of energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things where it's like, if you ain't got your stuff together, if you sloppy, if you ain't clean, if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, your transitions is looking off and everything, like you ain't got, like, bro, you're not even stepping in the circle at all, bro. You getting laughed out, you get pushed out. Like, no.
I'm gonna tell you the best thing I ever seen somebody do to make somebody get out the circle is Clint. Clint would literally turn his back on you and let you dance. But that'll make a person mad. And I ain't gonna lie, when I seen Clint do that, that's when I said, I'm gonna steal that from him. And I turn my back on you, and I just put my head down.
Right.
But that make you mad. But that take your competition out of their mind frame of beating you. And I used to get a lot of cat. I bet I know what to do to you. I'm just turn around. And you mad?
Right.
Are you trying to say I'm weak? You is weak. In my eyes, you is because what you doing? You ain't fucking with me. So it was. Shout out to Clint for that. But
yeah, you ain't turning your back on me. Hits that field. Hits the field house, bro. You ain't turning your back on me.
But it was fun though, bro. I ain't taking nothing from this era right here. This is y'all time. This is y'all way to shine. But
facts.
It was more fun back then for
way more.
Because it'd be a battle going on right here. It'd be a battle going on right here. It'd be a battle going on right there. It'd be a battle going on right here. It ain't just one battle you focusing on.
And then look, I ain't trying to cut you off. And then it wasn't no cameras and stuff.
No.
So you ain't know what people was working on until it was the party. Right. Like that's what I'm saying. You ain't see nobody new moves. You ain't see nobody combos. You ain't see nothing
None of that.
until the next party.
Until that day of.
That's it.
When you know, like when I see Troy, I'm on his ass.
Exactly. See, we used to, bro. Look. I'm telling you, look. I'm gonna look. But you know what's? Hey, look. You know what's great? Look. I'm gonna let you continue, and then we go get into like our like sparring. Yeah. They gotta hear about that before.
It's all love, bro.
Yeah, man. But continue with the journey. You know?
So how it really started was that we met Lil Michael and Dre. Around this time, Ant was on his I'm about to retire. I'm done with this shit, woo shit. So
right.
Dre, Lil Michael, Elmo, and J-Mob was like, they want to keep it going. They still young and fresh and they still want to keep going. So Ant was getting, done with the dungeon. Like, I ain't gonna say done, but I'm putting my shoes up. I ain't, I done accomplished everything I done accomplished. I'm cool, I'm straight. So when we came to him, he like, nah, I'm not doing that no more. So y'all gotta come up with something else. Cause I ain't that shit dead. So we met Lil Michael and them and like, what's cool. We was all into wrestling. Bro, we used to be in the parties wrestling, bro. Like doing fake shit like we wrestling. So when he came up with the name, we like, man, wait, they came up with the name, like we was watching wrestling, like, man, Wolfpack, NWO, New World, damn, we on that New World Order, woo. So it went from there because people gotta understand, like, Ant was the man. I'm not Tate. Ant was the man. Like, everybody knew Ant. But the thing to me was they didn't know about Lil Michael. They didn't know how cold Dre was. They didn't know how cold J-Mar was. They didn't know how cold Elmo was.
Right.
So when we used to practice with them, Ant would break us off. Okay. So Q and Nate would practice with Ant.
Okay.
Me, I would practice with Dre. Reggie would practice with J-Ma and Lil Michael. I practiced with Dre because Dre was smooth. This the only dude I knew, bro, could buy a fresh pair of Air Force Ones, bro. No scuffs, no creases, no nothing. The same night he bought them joint, say, bro, just ease up. Just be cool, be smooth like how you is. So I really got my style from him. Okay. Reggie got his style from J-Ma and Lil Michael because Reggie was known for like banging and breakdowns and that's what they was really known for. Dancing with Ant, you gonna get J-Ma, Mike, Elmo and J-Mon all out of Ant because Ant knew all the. You ever watched Five Deadly Venoms?
Yeah.
Remember the one dude, the dude in the white? He had to learn everybody's style.
Yeah, okay.
That was Ant.
Okay.
Ant knew everybody's style, no problem. So I'm gonna put you with him. I'm gonna put you with him. I'm gonna put you with him. But I'm not gonna take nothing from the firm. The firm taught us some stuff. BT taught us some stuff.
Okay.
You know, like I'm not gonna never exclude them because at the end of the day, them was our big brothers as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking nothing from like that. Like the firm was a stumping ground for us, but we didn't want to ride nobody else's coattail. We wanted our own name. Like the firm was pretty much they wanted to do a, you know, like girl boy type thing, and we didn't want to do that.
Okay.
Wolfpack didn't want to do that. Like we wanted straight dudes. We didn't want nothing. We just wanted straight dudes.
Right.
And that's what we did. You know what I mean? Like the firm was trying to be like, you know, they were trying to be like House of Madness. They wanted to be performers and also have battlers as well. But we didn't want to deal with no females. We didn't want to deal with no females.
Okay. Right.
And
Hi, how are you guys?
all right.
To see.
No.
So
And then you guys are gonna have like a little footworking event, like always, right? But
Yeah. Oh, we doing a little podcast.
podcast.
oh, sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Appreciate it. All right.
To see.
No.
And then you guys are gonna have like a little footworking event, like always, right? But
Oh, we doing a little podcast.
Podcast.
oh, sorry.
That's all right. It's all right. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was, man, you know, bro, and I hate to keep jumping out subject, but it was just a time to be alive, bro.
Yeah, it's a way different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like I miss it.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I really do because I miss AC from House of Maddox, killer, straight killer. But I'm gonna be honest, our biggest competition, bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Scooty, Rudy, the twins, and Peanut.
Okay.
Like when I say we literally had to go home, you know, we on their ass.
Right.
We on their ass. And then even coming with the tunnel, Larry, Bernard, and all them, bro, like it was no days off.
Yeah.
It was no days off.
Yeah. I've witnessed a lot of those battles.
Yeah, like, but I'm gonna tell you who was my rival,
Right.
Bernard. And he was my rival because me and him would go 0 for 0 too.
Right.
So it's like, oh, you fucking one of my bitches? Bet I'm finna go fuck one of your bitches.
Okay.
But we had that, like I still to this day, because I just seen him at the Aeronym they thing. I seen them there, and it felt good to, you know, bumping back into somebody at the end. They like to say, rivals become friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rivals become friends, and it's always a blessing and good to see him doing good because he made my life wild coming to Union Hall.
Yeah.
Like he made my life wild coming to Union Hall because it'd be like we'd have a circle. The bitch he fuck over there, and I don't fuck over there. Yeah. And then it's like it was fun though.
Yeah. Okay.
It was always fun though.
Right. Yeah. Bernard. Yeah.
Oh, Bernard was
That's the guy. Look, I ain't gonna lie. Look, 'cause I seen him at the they had the Bub at the old school, you know what I'm saying? Like the cyber and stuff like that. I see, look, I walked up, look, he was like, man, what up, boy? He was like, man, where you at? Some shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about him. Like, it's automatic.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I stole this move from him to this day. Like, he was so smooth, but like Bernard used to move so smooth. It was like he was walking on Elwood, and I was like, still that fuck, that's bad.
Bernard, people don't understand, Bernard.
Oh, Bernard was a beast.
Bro. Crazy. He wanted and that's another thing too, is especially when you talk about like styles and like different styles and different groups, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and didn't nobody dance the same.
No.
And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Bernard and Larry and them practiced with Ant. Rudy practiced with Ant, and we did, but then none of us danced.
Right.
Then none of us danced the same. None of us danced the same.
Right.
So that's what made it even more better. Like, we used to like, so what you think? Cause you practice with Ant, you better than me?
Yeah, right.
Like we practice with him too, and the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a fun time to be alive, bro. And I gotta give Q his credit.
Right.
Because without Q and Nate, they was the faces. And I'ma never say them was my family, so I love the scene at the end of the day. They was getting the credit they deserved.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, they was the faces. Me and my brother Reggie, man, we was for the hoes.
Right. Hey, no, but you know what? Look, but you
We
know
was
what?
for the hoes.
But you know what though? It's good that we having this interview just because I was there. They like it's a testament because so I seen it, so I know like what you saying is valid. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, especially like with you. And like and Reggie and stuff like see Reggie used to talk hella shit like
Oh no, Reggie this is why I said this generation ain't ready for people like us. Reggie would tell you while he dancing, hey, I'm finna fuck your bitch after I beat your ass.
Dude. Reggie used to look.
Reggie was a dog.
Dude, people don't understand, look, and it's the thing. That's my bro now. You know what I'm saying? Like but people don't understand, like back then, nigga, we was riding to the crib like we was riding to that little motherfucker right, bro. Dude, the shit talking we used to do, crazy.
But the shit talking we do back then, they couldn't handle it.
No,
we was dishing out like
it was coming.
They
blows.
ready to fight. They ready to fight us.
It was coming right. I was just saying it'll come to blows.
I ain't gonna lie, me, I was
blows.
ignorant. Like I was ignorant with it. Like
right.
Well, you don't see your bitch over there watching me. Watch this. Hey, watch when I do this to you. Watch how she look. Now I have a motherfucker literally looking over there like, yeah, well, I'm gonna take your bitch. I'm about to take your bitch, bro.
I say this, and I've said this to these youngins before. The reason why y'all don't be wanting the reason why it seems like it's kind of like what the guy. Because it ain't no females around to motivate y'all, bro. It's just all hard legs, bro. Like you could not.
In the era when we was coming up in, and I want to shout out these ladies because even without them, it wouldn't have been shit. We got Silky and Kawana from House of Madness. Oh my God, bro! Mm-hmm. Two of the coldest females I ever seen footworking, bro. Mm-hmm. And even though I can't stand my BM, Joanna was cold.
Right.
Tesh was cold.
Right.
Shadon was cold.
Right.
White Girl was cold. Like
right.
It was a lot of cold females back then, bro.
Angelique,
oh yeah. First of all, why nobody fucking with Shadon? Because Shadon had best of both worlds. Shadon was practicing with Tunnel and us.
Yeah, she had. Yes, that's
so she had, and all honesty, that was our first lady.
Okay. Yeah.
That was Wolfpack. First lady was Shadon because she was on this side. You might say she was Tunnel's first lady because she was on that side.
Right.
Why nobody fucking with her?
No,
she had nigga moves.
No, she like I ain't gonna look. That's one.
She had real nigga moves.
She was one of the females. You know what I'm saying? That I like when I first seen. I was like, okay, shit. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like especially on like as far as like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a tomboy like stop. Yeah, bro.
She moved like a nigga move. Like her moves wasn't no feminine move.
Right,
she wasn't doing none of this.
No,
none of that. Shadon came in there working you like
it was
nigga.
straight work.
Straight work.
It was straight work. For real. Factual. Alright. Well, you pretty much, you know what I'm saying, solidified the Wolfpack, you know what I'm saying, origins story. So as far as like we talking about like battles and like styles are concerned, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the difference, you know what I'm saying, that you see now versus, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody dancing. I'm just being honest. When we was coming up, I didn't practice with you.
Facts.
You was my rival. What the fuck I look like practicing with you for? You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we cool now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But
bro.
when we step over here, nigga,
no, fuck you.
You.
Right. You
know
right.
What I mean? So
exactly.
Now it's not like that. You know, it's not. I'm just being honest, and this is respect to these crews. You only got TS, GS, Prophecy, my man Steps in them group, House of Works, and that's it.
Right.
Back in our day, let me get my hands ready.
Oh, you got creation, yeah.
What I'm saying about this is, I'm not taking them from creation, but they don't come to battles like how they used to. Like I'm gonna say this: when Charles first was coming up,
Right.
he had to run through my crew, and I'm not talking about Wolfpack. You had to run through Taliban.
Right.
You had to run through Taliban, and we was fucking them up at Holmes Park and Hart. You know, I'm not taking rest his soul, Kendall, beast, monster. To me, Kendall and Kenny, oh my God, bro.
But see, what people don't understand, Kendall was our kid. Kendall came from Triple Phase. We got him.
I ain't.
Look, but see, I'm gonna put you on the gym, on the gym right quick. Kendall and Tristan was Triple Phase. They
Wait, you talking about my brother Tristan?
Tristan was Triple Phase first.
Why did I know that?
Why you think he danced in the moment?
Listen,
If you really look at Mike,
Tristan,
no, Tristan was Triple Phase.
Tristan was a goddamn monster.
Triple.
Like out of TS, Tristan already had his own unique style.
Yeah. Tristan won our kid.
AG was a monster. I'm not even gonna take shit from AG. AG was a monster before he even got to us. Before we could see what happened is it took. That's why I say like Rashad was the gatekeeper because it was niggas we wouldn't fuck with, but we only fuck with because of Rashad.
All right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like Rashad knew them before we did. And Rashad brought us around. We used to practice at Steve and Moody no mama crib over there in South Island. AG stayed like down the street from Steve over them. So we used to come over there and practice or whatever, and kick with them and stuff like that. I ain't gonna say they are little brothers. They like our I ain't gonna say little brothers, but they our brothers. I know what you saying.
You know
what I mean? So they was doing their thing, but I love them guys. Especially Tristan. I talk to him damn near every motherfucking day. Steve G, that's his brother to me.
Yeah, shout out to Tristan G.
Wherever Fabio is, I miss him and I love him. Fabio, Big Ed Marcus. I went to high school with Big Ed Marcus.
Yeah.
that was my boy. It's Steve-O. Oh man, that's a brother to me. You know what I mean? So it's all love with them because at the end of the day they still come under the same umbrella we come up under. You know what I mean? So ain't no love, disrespect to them.
But see that good look, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the Tristan thing, it's to the point where it's like that was his friends. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, go ahead, them your friends. They like, you know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't be like we can't even be mad at that. But Kendall was up. Kendall stayed with us.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Kendall had came to Harvey one time, and I'm sitting on the porch chilling, and my uncle come up like, "Hey, it's a little nigga around the corner, talking about he could fuck you up, nephew." And I'm like, "Say what?" Yeah. Now Harvey on my side, that's my side. As far as dancing, everybody over there like everybody over there where I was at on 155th, they know like Turleton, Lexington. Hey, that's Daryon. Like even though we had Kenny Red, right? That's one of the guys, Kenny Red, but still, this was me. Right. So my uncle, hey, you better fuck him up. Man, I said it was Kendall. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I lit that ass. Yeah. Like you in my hood? Oh no, bro. Like no. Yeah, it was. I got nothing but respect and love for Kendall because Kendall was on his shit. I hate he had to go the way he did, but he was on his shit. He was taught right though. Yeah, oh man.
And look, and it's the thing of what people don't understand about Kendall. Look. When Kendall, before he got the Triple Phase, look, Kendall, when I first met him, he was a little motherfucking boy talking shit. And I was like, who the fuck is this little boy? Look, he was like, man, such and such. I was like, oh, he triple. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And ever since, but it's that bond, you know what I'm saying? But people need to hear these stories to understand like origin and you know what I'm saying, and where like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, people came from.
Because even with the Wolfpack, like when you hear that track, it named the members and also named the older guys. Right. Like I say, like you got J-Ma, Mike, Dre, Ray Blow, them the older big brothers. So it's like when they helped form this, they didn't have to dance. Right. They could sit back, relax, and chill because they had Nate, Deryon, Q, Reggie, Eli, and Rashad. So we had to really keep that name strong.
Right.
I mean, from 111
Right.
to 87
Right.
to Jackson Park.
Right.
I don't forget whatever that little spot Chip used to throw at down the street from Jackson Park. We was in that one.
I think I know what you're talking about. I forgot.
The route.
Oh my God.
Man, and let me tell you something. Listen, and I remember the first time we went to the route. Bro, they had a brawl in that bitch. And when I say I was scared, bro, I was scared because they whooped a nigga from the back of the skating rink all the way to the front of the skating rink. And I'm talking about, it wasn't no little fight.
No.
This was a fight. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, security couldn't even break the fight up, bro. They was whooping this nigga from the back to the front. I said, oh no.
Hey, look, you know what's crazy? Like, I believe it. You know what I'm saying? And
Cause you know the route was only one way in and one way out.
Yeah. But look. We made shit. Like that's like when I first started, like, you know what I'm saying, when we first started like riding out and everything like that, bro. Man, when we started, like, dude, me and Boo and them was going to the route. We was having infamous battle. I remember this one time, bro, like we almost got into it, you know what I'm saying, with them. Like, we built our relationship with them, you know what I'm saying, with them, like, later, like, from that battle. But, dude, it was this one time. It could have been like that. But we had a good battle. We squashed it, you know what I'm saying, like, right there. And then ever since then, like, you know what I'm saying, like, the same, look, it was crazy. Like, we used to see them up in Nitro. They used to be like,
hey, you know what? Shout out to Nitro. That it was a lot of epic battles even in Nitro.
Woo!
Especially on phone parts.
hey, look, I'm saying like this. Hey. If a lot of stuff was taped back,
man, well, we'd be locked up,
bro.
They'd be locked up.
Oh my God.
They'd be locked up.
Dude, that's why
that place would be locked up because it was people freaking in that mud like dead in the dance floor.
But look, that's why that's another reason nowadays. Like, I don't even care about going to no party now because we didn't been to the best parties. It's old now.
Like I said, like if you didn't go to Jackson Park, Southside Prep, you especially Union Hall.
Union Hall was the bro.
You didn't go to Union Hall, your life wasn't shit neither.
Hey, but you know what? I'm gonna say it as far as like getting out of school and like degree terms. Union Hall was that was our college. We was in college. We was our college.
That was like going to a fraternity party.
Yes. That was our college years, G, like, for real. That was when, like, everybody was in college and stuff like that, or, like, after high school and stuff. That was, like, when we was, like, in a certain type of...
environment.
Yeah, bro. It was that. It was in a certain type... It was, like, certain type of prime of, like, dancing we was in. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a different time. You know what I'm saying?
Because when you went to the hall... and you had people like Gutter Thugs, Nick the Man, Von the Dutch in that joint. You had to worry about Larry, Bernard. You got to worry about guys who, at the end of the day, really came in to fuck you up.
Right.
And see, they don't understand back in them days, DJs only had 30 minutes to play their tracks.
Exactly.
So Clint might come on 30 minutes, boom, they come with some rap. Some fucking reggae, boom, they come Rashad.
Right.
So it was like, you had to get in where you fit in at when you came in that joint. And that's the first place I ever seen motherfuckers taking their clothes off in that joint. I'm talking about, bro, like, the stuff that we got to see, they wouldn't be ready for that, bro. No. Like, they was like, I forgot the little club, they had 3 levels. Mm-hmm. Right off the E-way, I want to say like 40. I want to say 42nd and 47. It was a downstairs, a middle floor, and an upstairs floor. Bro, when I say they not ready, bro, they had a lock in, and they had like this is the first time I ever seen strippers, bro. I'm young as hell, like about a good 15, 16. Oh. I ain't even supposed to be in that bitch.
Right.
They had a lock in, bro. Strippers in there. Motherfuckers was going wild. I'm like, damn, it for real? This is what be going on with these grown motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, it was a time to be alive, bro. bro.
Yeah, it was different.
Now it's for these shorties. Shout out to Chum, Astronaut, they doing their thing.
Right.
Tish and her Empire and them doing their thing.
Shout out to y'all.
Who else? Like, it's good that they doing things for these kids because we had it, but we didn't have it.
True.
Because a lot of us had to grow up a little bit earlier than we wanted to. Because, see, what they don't get is, if you went to 51st and Federal, you know, that's GD territory. That's House of Max. Right. You went to, I want to say they was on, I forgot. I know they was in Stone territory. Mm-hmm. You go to K5 now on 103rd, 105th off the E-way at that rec center. You know what gang was over there.
Right.
So it was like in our day, you either like you couldn't go to these people in them areas if you wasn't you didn't know what's up.
Yeah.
That's why I say like Rashad was able to take us places to where we know we weren't supposed to be able to go.
Yeah, cause I ain't look, look, shit, even back to the route, shit, look, that was BD territory.
Yeah,
like,
listen,
we
bro.
wasn't supposed to be nowhere near there. What?
Fuck no.
We wasn't never supposed to.
Like, listen. What's the term? If you ain't from around here, you don't deserve to be around here. And that's how it was. But Rashad was our tour guide. He was our G-Pass to go. Even though we wasn't in gangs, he still was our G-Pass to go anywhere. So if it was like you synced us with Rashad, we was cool.
But you know what? I'm gonna add on to that. Another thing too, like people don't understand is when we went to these hoods that we weren't supposed to be in, the moment after a while, like they seen us dance,
I was over it.
That's another thing that broke the ice.
Yeah.
And we can go there without.
Anywhere, because see, one thing for certain, two things for sure. Them gang bangers respected that footwork shit.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes that shit used to save a nigga life. I leave that little nigga alone, man. He footwork, man. Leave that little dude alone. That used to save a nigga life, bro.
Yeah, look. I used to look. I'm gonna say it like this. After a while, I used to go to the route by myself just because.
You good.
Because I was good. Look, because I was in there. Look, and then another thing too. I was smart just because I always was like friends with at least like one like big nigga or something like that. Yeah. So all the security guards, I always used to get cool with all the security guards. No matter what skating rink, whatever. Just so if something pop off, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be next to one of these big niggas or something like that. I know at least be like, all right, man, you cool.
I mean, you gotta plan. You gotta have a good escape route and a good entrance when you come into places where you ain't supposed to be at.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you what's funny. We almost got our ass beat the fuck up at Grand Cross. Cause of Nate. We almost got our ass fucked up. Because Nate was Derrick Rose before Derrick Rose was Derrick Rose. Nate was a hooper.
You're right.
Nate was out there busting the motherfucking ass from the court.
Right.
He couldn't take it. So dude got on some bullshit with Nate.
Right.
Bro, I kid you not. You ever remember when the Warriors, when them niggas was running through that one part, and all them niggas with them baseball bats came? These niggas ain't had no baseball bats. They ain't even none of that. Jeez. Bro, these niggas came about 30, 40 deep. And I'm talking about, when I say, I'm like, oh God, we not finna make it out of Grand Cross.
Right.
The only thing saved us was we had some Wolfpack members. Shout out to DJ LB and Darius and them. They was. Well, I forgot what game was that Grand Crossing, but they was the same game. That's the only thing saved us, bro.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Look,
because they was finna whoop us from that basketball.
Hey, that boy LB. Y'all remember LB? LB was about doing.
Oh yeah, DJ LB. Oh yes, shout out DJ LB. Yeah, he man. Listen.
Them, see, that's what I'm saying. Like the names you name, and them was like when the time was the time. Like, God. As soon as you said LB, I'm looking like, man, oh my God, G.
It was a time to be alive, bro. Like it was fun. It was worth the ass whooping.
Very true. In a weird way, it was.
It was worth the ass.
Because, bro, it's like we was on adventures, bro.
Yeah, like first, like I said, we was from the south suburbs, bro. We didn't know shit about it, so that shit was a fucking adventure, bro. Going to U5U them practice, bro. Walking down them blocks, bro, to get to Darnell them practice, bro, was cool as hell, bro. Yeah. It was cool. Going to House of Maddox on 51st and Federal, bro. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I much love to Ronnie Sloan, bro, because I'm gonna tell you something. I got to see some shit that I wasn't supposed to see as a young age, bro. The first time I went to their practice when I tried out. And they had like a little door up where they practice at, where you could open the door and see down. It was like a YMCA down at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Bro, I ain't never seen that many GDs a day in my life till I went to 51st and Federal. Nigga, it was like going to a motherfucking Bears game, and there ain't none but GDs in that motherfucker. When they said the GD, they let the GDs in the door, nigga, that's when they really let the GDs in the door.
Yeah, look, feeling it.
I'm talking about, bro, like, god damn, like, what the fuck y'all got going on up here?
Yeah, Boo used to. I ain't gonna lie, Boo used to tell us like he used to tell us like a couple of stories.
Man.
It was wild. He was like, man, they used to be shit. He was like, man, who nobody with them?
Man, hell
So
no.
Boo and them was foes. That's the other thing. Boo and them was solid. They was solid foes and shit. Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, we almost getting to the end of this thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is probably more like amusing to both of us. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about like sparring partners, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, when I got to like, he was the first boss that I had to see. I knew he was gonna be laughing about it because it's funny, but it's true. Look, when I started going up the ranks of myself being Troy, you know what I'm saying, and making my name. This was one of my first, I say, like, true call outs was this man right here. You know what I'm saying? River Oaks Mall. Yep. Look Dude, look.
Call the motherfucker in the mall.
Dude, look, and I remember it till like it was day just because it was the same day me and Reggie got cool as shit.
But not to stop you there, but that lets you know how real shit was. It's called whenever I catch you,
yes,
I'm on your ass.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck you with your mama,
yes,
your grandmama,
yes,
your sister, your brother,
yes,
your uncle.
yes.
They're gonna watch you get your ass whooped right quick.
Look, when I tell you, this man right here is the man that made me like change up my stuff. He was the last straw. You know what I'm saying? Like him saying like him like our exchange that day, you know what I'm saying, is really what made me like, I'm like, this nigga. Then you put me on a new level, G. You know what I'm saying? Just because I was already in a certain mind frame anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, but I don't know what it was. I think it was just one of them situations where it's like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit just put a fire into me and shit that day,
Listen, but see, that be the thing though, because I remember when, and I'm being dead ass. Baby D caught me one time, and it made me reevaluate myself because even though that's my cousin, and I caught him first,
right,
and then he caught me back. I caught him when we was kids,
right,
and then he caught me one time in Markham,
right. So
it was like, okay, my cousin went to pick this shit up. Let me stop playing around then because he got his shit together.
Yeah.
And it just be crazy how, because I remember when he was trying to be in WolfPack and I wouldn't let him, and he didn't understand why, because it's like I don't want you going off on, well, you want WolfPack now you good. No, I want you to have your own shit, so that way if it all comes down to it, I'ma still ride with you regardless.
Right.
You straight. Like I don't want you, I'm with my cousin from WolfPack. No, fuck no. Right. No, hell no. He went and got Cowherd. He went and got Harlan.
Right.
They went and did they fucking thing as they should.
Exactly.
But it always felt good to have him in my corner because I remember when Eli had passed, rest his soul, and they had a thing for Eli at Joe Willie's.
Yeah, recipe Eli.
And I had Baby D in the car with me, and Baby D was like, "Hey, cuz, I got your back. I ain't feel that." And when I say he had my back, he was not lying. He had my back. He always had my back though, but he really had my back, and I miss him for that.
Yeah, man. Baby D was a solid dude, bro.
Oh man, listen, Baby D would give you his lads, his socks, his drawers or whatever, because that's the type of person he was, though.
Right.
Funny as hell, but that's the type of person he was. Though.
Right. And then and especially while we talking, pretty much like Baby D, like Cowherd, you know what I'm saying? And,
Shout out to Cowherd.
Yeah.
It's my cousin too. Shout out to Cowherd.
Yeah, Baby D, Cowherd, like Harlem, like BB, like all of us.
Oh, especially BB. My fault,
Yeah.
BB.
We became like a little, you know what I'm saying, like a crew, you know what I'm saying, in a certain sense.
I
Like,
thought you was with them.
what you mean?
I thought you was with Uptown.
I mean, this the thing people don't understand. Like Uptown, you know what I'm saying, shit, that's university, that's UP.
Okay.
That's where it's really originated from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so the original Uptown and stuff, those is like our kids from like UP. Those are our kids like from like, you know what I'm saying, around us like Triple Phase and stuff,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, like JD, you know what I'm saying, and all of them. And like that's what they came up with, you know what I'm saying? So the original Uptown is like them. And then from there, because the connection, because see, this is the thing, the connection between like them and then it's like a bridge between like Roe and them too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's
Shout out
another
Roe, DJ Roe.
yeah. So that's another connection too, like with the Taliban and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, listen, hey,
Yeah.
hey, we used to, and this is what people don't understand. Like, we invented that coming to your practice. Hey, who the coldest motherfucker in here?
Right.
Hey, bring that nigga outside.
Right.
Rashad used to seriously, like, we would pull up with Rashad. Hey, battle him. All right, man, come on, whoop his ass and leave. Because that's how we really got our names, though. Like, we would really, like, Rashad used to be in the little purple Cavalier.
Yeah.
He would come get us, hey, we finna go over here. All right, man. Hey, y'all battle him. Oh, shit, no problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how we really earned our name in the suburbs. Like, we was the pull-up kings. We didn't have turk. We over here.
Look, I had to kick his ass out of my practice.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, look.
Hey, you was wrong for that.
No, I wasn't. Because I'm gonna tell you why.
I came for those.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because we had the baddest females
Y'all did.
in any group. That's another reason.
Hold on, I ain't gonna say any group now.
Bro.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. If we gonna talk about who had the baddest females out of any group, well, nobody fucking with you, fight you.
In a certain sense, but I'm talking about the new. I'm talking about new wives.
I'm about to say they had Lastacia.
Dude, but I'm talking about
Minico, Hightower, fucking Veronica, man, Crystal. They had some hitters.
But this, all I'm saying is I'm speaking about.
Now you stand though.
When we came in at that time, that's another reason why our group became another name, because we had some of the baddest females.
Oh, y'all definitely.
Like, it wasn't it was just her. No, the whole group
was
bad.
And I showed had my ass. Yeah, I came in.
Hey, look. I was look. But you know what's crazy? Look, and I'm cool. I'm gonna chill for a second. But after a while, what I do, I'm like, you gotta ride, dude. I said, you gotta ride, cuz.
That's how you feel.
Yes, you have to ride, dude. I'm like, I know, but you
But
gotta
I'm being honest, that's what I was really known for, though.
Yeah.
Like, I was known for dancing, but I was known for coming.
Right. It's a trait for the female. It's a trait for female.
Let me holler at you. Because I'm just, like, that's how I started.
Right. Okay.
Like, all my guys didn't start the way I did. Like, I came in, boom, boom.
Right.
I came in on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, oh, yeah, man, I got to come up here to Markham just to see you. I know you did. I know you did.
Right. Man, look. Well, we can sit there and we can talk all day.
Hours.
You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of stories.
Man,
like that ain't just a couple things. We actually holding a lot of stuff,
man.
a lot of stuff back. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more stories.
But before we get out, let me ask you this.
What's up?
How do you feel you're gonna be remembered in this? Because I'm gonna be honest, when I went to that little art gallery that they aired them through, it kind of made me feel some type of way. And I ain't even finna sit here and hold nothing back, because it's like, it's cool you put my big brother Ann up there. It's cool you put my big brother Mike up there.
Right.
It was cool you even put my brother J-Ma up there. But where's the guys who really stood on business there. You didn't even have to put me up there, but you could have put Q up there.
Right.
You could even put Eli and had one of his kids up there, just to because if you saying it was about Ghost, the only person to me that you had up there was really about Ghost was the Ghost Master.
Right.
I didn't see nobody else that was up there. Like, no disrespect to nobody up there. I'm happy you up there.
Right.
But let's make it make sense.
Right.
Who was up there that was really known for a ghost? And I didn't see no new ghosts. I didn't. Well, you know, they holler out new ghost. Who had it?
Right.
Who really had it?
Right.
I didn't see it. And this ain't no shade. Let me tell you something. That was a great event. And the best part about that I liked is they had Mrs. Harper kitchen in the front time you walked in.
Right.
So if you ever been to Spin Mama crib, you know that was her crib when you first walked in. That was her whole setup. Right. Table right here, the sink, the coffee, Folgers. That's what she loved. That's what she loved to mess with.
Right.
The stainless steel refrigerator.
I know that's.
But you had to be at his crib to know what that was.
Very true.
You know what I mean? I'm not taking that was beautiful.
Right.
But let's be real.
Right.
You didn't even have the guys that taught you on there. Like, you ain't get to the spot where you was at without AG and Q.
Right.
You ain't even at least had them up there.
Right.
Like, you know, they want to, like, one thing I don't like about this culture, when you speak the truth, you hate me.
Very true.
If I was there, how am I hating? Like, I seen somebody in the comment, oh, they mad, but they didn't even come to the event. I came.
Right.
I showed love, but I didn't show love because of that. You had my uncles and them up there. You had BT and my Uncle Marlon up there. Why wouldn't I be happy for them? That ain't nothing I be mad at, but what I'm mad at is that I know the politics that came behind it. That wasn't because, I'm like, no disrespect, but you didn't even have my BM up there. You didn't even have Tish up there. You didn't have Angelica Anjanae up there. You didn't have people who at the end of the day, still give these motherfuckers a problem.
Right. With the foundations. Yeah.
Like, let's just keep it a buck. That was some personal shit. And I'm not finna hold back on that. Like, that was some personal shit, and I know it was personal.
Right.
Because one thing I don't like that a motherfucker do, don't come walk up to me somebody, oh man, I'm glad you here. No, the fuck you ain't. Stop lying, bro.
Right.
Because if you was glad I was here, you would have did better by that. Like, I'm just being honest, bro. I would never be a sorry nigga, because at the end of the day, I'm in the first DVD for Taliban.
Right.
I've been interviewed by Crossfire.
Right.
I've been interviewed by this person, even you.
Right.
So what do I have to be bitter about? My name is still ringing bells and I'm still active. So with that being said, because somebody said, well, you got to be active. Who ain't active? I'm still active.
Right.
I'm still fucking active.
Right.
So I got every right to be fucking mad, because at the end of the day, it ain't got to be me.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about it being me. It wasn't none of my niggas.
Right.
It wasn't none of my niggas. I love my Uncle BT. I love my Uncle Marlon. I love Mike. I love J Mob. I love Ant. Okay, that's cool, but where's the like, even y'all didn't even have Bobby from 187 up there.
Right.
Bobby is that nigga.
Ghostmaster.
You got the ghost, respect to the Ghostmaster. I'm not shit.
Look, another I say another Ghostmaster. You know what I'm saying? Like respect to the original. You know what I'm saying? Elvis. Bobby another.
Bobby was, and let me tell you something, bro. When
Bobby
we went out
Bobby
west,
bro.
when we went out west, and I know we had to battle 187, nigga.
Yeah, Bobby.
Bobby stayed back like the final boss. I'm gonna let all y'all motherfuckers go first.
Facts.
But when it came time for Bobby to come out, oh my God, here it comes. Boom, 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 boom. You couldn't fuck with him, bro.
Right.
That's just like even when you went against Gutter Thug. I'm not taking away none of them niggas, Vaughn, none of the guys. But you knew when you went against Nick, the man, that's the final boss. That's the final fucking boss, bro.
Yeah.
Rest his soul. Nick, the final boss, bro. You know what? If you went through WolfPack, your final bosses was Nate and Q.
Yeah.
Your final bosses was Nate and Q.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
But look, but you know what's crazy? Look, I ain't get to get Nate. Yeah,
Oh,
I
man,
ain't get to get look. But I would say like this with the who the last one? I think the last one was Eli actually.
Yeah.
The last. I'm
gonna put it to you like this.
My last was
It's gonna go Eli, Q, then Nate. Them the final bosses,
Yeah.
bro. Them the final bosses of Wolfpack, bro.
Because look, because in my situation, look, it was you, then it was Jason, then it was Q, then it was Eli.
I'm gonna tell you something, because we used to have this argument. And I love Q. Even though Q put Jason on, Jason would have gave Q a problem.
But
Jason would have gave.
This what I'm gonna say. No, look. This what I'm gonna tell you. Look,
I'm gonna give Jason his credit. Jason was a motherfucking problem, bro. Because once he figured out how to slow his style down, bro, it was over.
But this the thing. But this what I'm gonna tell you on that. Wait, I forgot what year was it, but it was back in it was when he was still there, a little bit before he retired. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of those Bud Billiken parades, and it was one of the after parties. Cause I went to one of the after parties.
Jason or Q?
Jason.
Oh, bro, I know which one you talking about.
And that nigga,
I know which one
look,
you
he
talking
had
about.
on them windbreakers.
Yes, sir.
Eli, I don't know what it was. He went back in the lab. When that nigga went, bro, I was like, everybody was like,
It was only one thing that could make Jason mad. That was Clint. Clint used to make Jason mad.
Yeah.
Quit dancing so fast. And they used to piss Jason off. And that would make Jason go fucking buck wild.
bro, that last level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like before he would, bro.
But see, they don't understand how strong Wolfpack was in certain eras.
Yeah, true.
Because when we got my little brother, Lil James, Pierre, Buster, Pooh, Fabio,
Yeah.
Steve, and Marcus. Oh, bro, that's when Wolfpack, bro, we was walking in 13 deep.
Yeah.
So it was like you couldn't fuck with no nigga in the bro. You couldn't fuck with no nigga in this line, bro. No nigga because we didn't have no flaws. Yeah. We didn't have none because what I couldn't do, Pooh could do, and what Pooh couldn't do,
Right.
Reggie could do what Reggie couldn't do. Q could do what Q couldn't do. Nate could do. It was like it's no weak link in our chain.
See, look, that's why in the services I had to pick y'all off look in a certain type of way because in my head I'm like as a group
they couldn't fuck with us as a group.
It ain't gonna happen.
But
I'm like I said okay, like one-on-one I'm like all right, I'm just gonna start going on these posts.
But you know how hard it was to really catch us by ourselves though? It was hard.
It was difficult.
It was difficult, bro.
It was difficult as shit.
It was difficult because it was at that I say around early, like maybe 2002, 3. You couldn't catch us by ourselves.
Gee, that's what made it so funny. Just because in the instances when I was, you know what I'm saying,
right, yeah.
I was on my Bruce Lee mode. Look, it was just coincidences. Dude. Like God was giving. Dude, look, because even with Q, when I battled, when me and Q really went at it, you know what I'm saying, and Kurt Cobain, and actually we was talking about Kurt Cobain. He was there. You know what I'm saying?
Kurt Cobain.
Look, he was it was a party where like it wasn't really nobody there. It was only probably 10 people there. And Q was there. He was there with somebody else, like one of his guys. And it was one of those things like I forgot who I walked in. I don't know if it was me and Van or somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But I had walked in and you know what I'm saying, and we was chilling for a minute. Yeah, we were chilling for a minute, but in my head I was like, it ain't nobody really to battle.
Yeah, so you got to.
It's gonna be on. Soon as them tracks started really getting on, G, it was on and popping. It was on and popping, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a testament though, you know what I'm saying, to the skill, G. That's why we keep going back to martial arts, G, because it's a skill, bro. It's a craft.
Like you look at each group, they had their own style.
Yeah.
And these kids don't understand this. You couldn't get out House of Magic without getting your ass beat. You couldn't get out of U5U without getting your ass beat.
True.
You couldn't get out of K5 without getting your ass beat because they played this shit. This is a family.
Right.
This is family. You can't just, hey, what was that? Blood in, blood out.
Right.
This blood in and blood out because that was a family organization. Like even with the firm, that's family organization type stuff.
Yeah.
Wolfpack, family organization type. Like majority of us was relatives.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like this is some real family oriented type stuff going on right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because like even in that sense, you know what I'm saying? Like shoot, like the whole triple phase came, you know what I'm saying? That came about.
Can't forget Total Darkness.
Right. That came about because like HOC was like dismantling, you know what I'm saying? And it's like Van had left, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
All that,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
People don't understand, bro. Like the South Suburbs we was doing our
man,
own
we
thing. We had our own,
thing
bro.
going on.
Did those Starflyer parties we was throwing and all that?
Man,
stop it.
Come on, bro.
No, look, and I'm gonna tell people the real, bro. We was the first group, bro. We had our own club, the Richmond Park, our practice spot.
Hey, what was little dude name that passed away in the club? From
holding
them motherfucker, light skin. Tink.
Little Tink.
Hey,
and he was just getting in his prime.
Fucking beast though, bro.
He just started getting in his prime then, bro.
And I hate that because that little dude was cold than a motherfucker.
It was at our party, bro. It was at our party. Everybody remember that though. It was at
because I think I was there and like he just collapsed. Like
yep. It was one of the biggest parties we threw. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was there. And then like shit, Boo and them had you know what I'm saying, everybody left. No, he had caught like his asthma attack in there, you know what I'm saying? And then they had took him out. And then you know what I'm saying, I had got a call, you know what I'm saying, later on, like from Boo, you know what I'm saying, and shit niggas was like, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was gonna leave because I used to pass out so fucking much.
Bro.
I thought that's how the fuck I was gonna leave. I used to pass out. Going so hard, knowing I got bronchitis, going hard as hell, didn't get no fuck.
Look, you
shit, I passed out, Cowherd beat me. That's the only reason why you beat me though, but it's cool. That's the only reason why you beat me, I passed out.
But shit, you was soldier for that little. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
A lot of times you just sit your ass like this.
But I couldn't because that like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Once my mother passed and my uncle passed, dancing is all I did. That kept me from seriously like Footwork and saved my life so much, bro. Like.
Right.
I could have been out here on drugs. I could have been out here robbing people. I could have been out here just doing dumb shit. But because of people like Marlon, BT, Ray Blow, Ant, Dre, Michael, all them, like that kept me from not doing dumb shit, bro.
Right.
Like Footwork really saved a lot of our lives, bro. Like it really brought some of us peace. It really brought some of us who didn't even have family, bro. Like it really saved a nigga life, bro.
Yeah, cause that extra, especially back then, like that extra aggression and shit like that we had. Then we was drinking and shit like that
man.
too, like bro.
But you know what's crazy, bro? I'm gonna tell you what's so funny about my crew. We didn't even want to let the other person know what we was doing. Like it was times that Q didn't even want me to know you was smoking weed, but it's like, bro, like what you like? It's
right.
cool. Or I drink, why do this? But it'd be like when you know what your other members don't approve of, you would, I'm gonna do this behind closed doors. They ain't gonna ever find out.
Right. Yeah. Well, on a ghetto respect, you know what I'm saying, since the side of the game, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Well, we're gonna end it like this. It was a incredible chat, you know what I'm saying? Nice talking to you.
Always.
This is Footwork Cafe. Do you have anything that you want to promote?
Well, you know, I got my own podcast. Let's talk about this. Well, pretty much we just talk about adult conversations, adult things that go on with our black community and culture. Mm-hmm. But what I want to say is, I want to really thank Ant. I want to thank LaMichael, Dre, Elmo, Nate, Reggie, Q, PL, Buster, Lil James, Pooh. Y'all really made my life special. Shit, even you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bernard, Marlon, BT, I thank y'all because y'all made my life worth living for. That's about it, though.
Boy, look, hey. That's respect, right?
Yeah.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? For real, bro. Love, bro, all day, man. Like, look, I'm gonna say it like this. Took a brother to another level. I would say, look. The kick, look, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for this man. You know what I'm saying? In a certain sense, but at the same time, it's one of them things where it's like, it's a competition, it's a dedication, you know what I'm saying, type thing. You know what I'm saying? And
they gotta look at it like this. Without Jordan, you want to have Kobe, right? Without Magic Johnson, you wouldn't have Jordan. Without Larry Bird, you wouldn't have Magic.
Exactly.
So the competition supposed to make you great.
Exactly.
It's supposed to make you want to be better than. And you know what? I know Troy Cole, but he got me fucked up. You think I ain't just as cold as he is?
Right.
It ain't like that now.
Right.
They want to be friends. Oh, we can be friends, Troy. Right after I kick your ass, we gonna smoke this blunt and get a drink.
Exactly. Right. Business first, kid.
Business first, and then the bullshit last. You know what I mean?
Right.
But all love to this though. Oh, much love to Ronnie Sloan, Marcus, and Darnell. Yeah, there we go.
All right, man. It's your boy Nebula 5, aka Troy Simpson. This is
The
Deryon.
nasty man.
You know what I'm saying? Member of Wolfpack, and this is Footwork Cafe.
Taliban.
And we out.
Yes, Lord.
Holla back.